Welcome back to Business English. I'm Nora. In our first episode, we looked at the native speaker myth. Today, we're tackling a habit that makes many of us feel invisible in meetings: rushing. Alex, why do we feel the need to speak so fast when we're nervous?
It's a survival instinct, Nora. We feel like we are stealing time from others, so we try to finish as quickly as possible. But when you rush, you actually lose your listeners. Your brain stays in panic mode instead of strategy mode. In this episode, we want to show you that silence is actually your loudest tool.
Let's look at a common issue. I call it the mental lag. You know what you want to say in your native language, but the English words are 2 seconds behind. What do we do in that gap?
Most people use filler sounds like or Those sounds signal I am lost. Instead, use a silent pause. If you stop talking for 2 seconds while looking at the camera, you look like a leader who is choosing their words carefully. It's the difference between looking confused and looking deliberate.
But Alex, what about the fear of being interrupted? In my experience, if I stop talking for even 1 second, someone else jumps in.
That's a real fear. But here's the trick: the hands technique. If you need to pause to think, keep your hand slightly raised or keep your eyes fixed on the person you're speaking to. This visually signals that you aren't finished. You are just taking a breath. It's a physical do not disturb sign for your conversation.
Let's talk about the technical update. When people get nervous, they list numbers so fast that no one can follow. It's like a train running off the tracks.
Exactly. Here is a pro tip. Pause before the important data. Don't say, our revenue grew by 20%. Say, our revenue grew by 20% last quarter. The pause tells the listener, get ready, this next part is important.
That's a powerful perspective, Alex. But let's get into a scenario our listeners face every day: the fast-paced meeting where everyone is talking at once. If I pause for 3 seconds there, won't someone just jump in and take my turn?
This is the most common fear, Nora, and it is exactly why people rush. But here is the secret to holding the floor. You have to use visual anchors. If you are on a video call, do not look away when you pause. Keep your eyes fixed on the lens. If you need to think, use what I call the thinking lean. Lean slightly toward the microphone. This physical movement tells the group, I am still speaking. I'm just selecting my next thought. It creates a do not disturb zone around your silence.
I love that. It's about owning the space physically as well as vocally. Now, Alex, what about when we have to deliver bad news or a difficult update? Many of us want to say it as fast as possible to make the pain go away and move on.
That is a mistake that kills your credibility. When you rush through a problem, you look like you are hiding something. Instead, use the impact landing. If you have to say, the project is over budget, you must pause after the bad news. The project is over budget. That silence shows you are comfortable with the truth. It shows you are not afraid of the consequences. That is what true executive presence looks like.
Comfortable with the truth. That's such a helpful shift in mindset. Before we move to our final drill, can you give us one more tip for when we are explaining numbers or complex data?
Yes, always pause before the number. If you say, our growth was 15%, the listener might miss it. But if you say, our growth was 15%, you are essentially putting that number in bold. You are giving the listener time to process the significance of that data. Speed kills clarity. Silence builds impact.
Let's try a live drill. Listeners, I want you to repeat after Alex. Alex, give us the sentence.
We need to delay the launch to ensure the software is fully stable.
Authority isn't loud. Authority is